Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Montreal Canadiens franchise mode. So in last episode, we had the off season, and we drafted at 5th overall not a franchise, an elite power forward that could end up being a franchise if he grows really good. But he looks like a pretty good player, and I'm really excited to see how he turns out this season. He's got some really good stats, and I think this guy could be one of those guys that win a Richard eventually. Hopefully he grows to being as good as like somebody like Lafreniere. So then we could have like Lafreniere, Dunham, and him maybe as the top line for like a couple seasons. Because like we re-signed Dunham, who we acquired from Arizona for like 6 years, I think it was. Yeah, 6 years. That's a bit of a steep contract. He might get moved out before then. Not 100% sure with that. But our team looks pretty weak still for the most part. But I do still like our lineup in terms of how we're like integrating our young guys into the lineup. And then our defense is still pretty young. As you can see, we got nobody above 26 years of age except for Brendan Gooley, who we signed as a free agent, just to kind of help us out a bit defensively. And then our goalies are apparently the two best, probably goalies for a tandem in the league. Because, well, actually, maybe not the best tandem in the league, but the best goaltender in the entire league right now is an 86 overall, which means these two are not that bad, and they're both listed as elite goalies. So that's kind of interesting. So yeah, anyways, let's get started with the season simulation. See how good these young guys do. Hopefully, Conacher plays decent. We put him on the power play. So he should get some good chances to score on that power play unit. Being like a power forward, I think also being on his off wing should give him a chance to score a lot of goals on the power play unit, and maybe also pick up some assists while he's at it. So we actually have to also make a trade before we start up the season. So we're going to get this preseason done first, and then we'll make our trade. I didn't actually scout any trades, but we do have to move out Ryan Poehling because he is on our depth currently. And he's listed as a third-line checking forward, so I know he's not going to like his ice time at all. And we don't really need that guy to drag us down in morale and all that in performance. So we're going to trade him away probably for, I'd say, just a pick or something like that. I was debating not even re-signing him, but at the same time, I didn't know if anybody else in the lineup was going to be ready to go or whatnot. So let's see if we can find a trade for Ryan Poehling. He doesn't have that huge of a cap hit, so I feel like most teams should offer for him. So let's see, where are you, Poehling? There you are. He's not a bad player, but like he's just kind of struggled the last few years. So we could get either a second and a third or Urho Vakinen in 2/7. I'll take the second and a third, thanks. There you go, bye-bye Poehling. Good luck in Detroit. So there it goes, $2 million in cap space, which is good for us. Okay, so let's get to the start of this season. Our first game is going to be against Toronto. In Toronto, who they had a very good preseason. Probably because they had the best pick in the draft. Like last year, they drafted at number 1, they drafted some Korolov guy who was a sniper. So him versus our power forward guy, those guys could be like kind of like the Austin Matthews and Patrick Laine of his era, I guess you could say. So yeah, let's get started with the season simulation. We're listed as hopeful, which is kind of surprising with the state of our roster. Hopefully these young guys could do somewhat decent. Like I don't really want to make the playoffs right away, but at the same time, I want these guys to get some good experience. So let's go up till the 1st of November, see if we could get some wins here early in the season or not. Last year we had 50 regulation losses, so hopefully we could do a bit better than last season. So our home opener, we win 6-1 over New Jersey. Nicely done. And then we beat also Anaheim, who is still in rebuilding state. So we've won 3 straight games, okay. That's not really what I was expecting, but I'll take some wins. Maybe these young guys are better than I thought. And then we just dropped 2 games, as I say that. Kind of a back and forth start to the season, 5-3. And our last game before November ends is a win as well. So 6-3. Not bad. Ryder must be higher overall than I thought. So Pelletier's got 8 points in 9 games. I think he's playing on the 3rd line. Or maybe he's playing on the 2nd line. Let's actually take a look at what lines are doing what so far in our first 9. So our top line, not really putting up much offense, which is kind of struggling a bit. I mean, Dunham's got 7 points. That's not bad. The second line has been pretty good. Third line's been solid. And then the fourth line has been pretty good defensively. And Conacher's only got 1 assist, and he's got 11 penalty minutes. So he's a very physical power forward. And he's also -1 only. So, I mean, they're playing solid defensively. And our defensemen, I mean, at least we're not allowing a whole lot of goals. So maybe it's our goaltending that's doing good. Yeah, Ryder's an 84. So he's actually a lot better than I thought for overall. He's 3-2 so far. Okay, and then how's Sapanen been as a backup? He's playing really good. Yeah, Sapanen plays good as a backup, but as a starter, he's not really that good. Okay, so if those two goaltenders could stand on their head, maybe we could actually make the playoffs this season. Like I said, we're hopeful, so there's a chance that we could end up making it if we don't go on like one of those streaks where we lose like a lot of games during the month. So let's go to December the 1st. We'll probably go to like February the 1st in this episode and then take a look at our player stats, then see if we want to make any trades, and in the next episode we might make some trades if we want to. So we dropped back-to-back games against Colorado, not really a surprise with how good their roster is, but we beat Vegas 4-3. Game against the Rangers after Detroit has fired their head coach is a loss. Yeah, it's kind of a back and forth start to the season. I mean, like, it's not bad because I want these young guys to win games, but at the same time, I don't know if I really want this team to be a contender right away. Like, I'll take a Stanley Cup, obviously, with a young roster, but at the same time, I want these young guys to develop because we're winning games early in the season, which is something we didn't do last year. Because I think last year we had like 36 wins maybe on the season. No, it wasn't 36. I don't even remember how much it was. But Heatley's been injured with a sprained ankle till December 11th, so that's not too long term. Game against Arizona is also a loss. So 12-9-2. I'll take it, I guess. It's a decent start for a young team. 20 points in 23 games for Terry Dunham. So I think maybe he's a better fit here in Montreal than he was in Arizona. Because Arizona didn't re-sign Kotkaniemi, who we dealt there, so and we're only 2 points back of a playoff spot with 3 games in hand. Wow, okay. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of this team so far. Like I said, I didn't expect us to win really much out of the gate, but we are winning more games than losing at the moment. So let's go another month. Heatley should be back within the next week in a bit. And then hopefully that helps us out a bit more because I don't really trust Salmelainen on the defensive core because last year he was really horrendous when he played. And he's currently our depth defenseman. We've lost 3 straight games, or more than 3 straight games. Yeah, we're dropping a lot of games now because Salmelainen's in the lineup. And Heatley is back. I feel like Salmelainen's the main reason we lost a lot of those games, right? He was only a -1, so maybe not. Heatley back into the lineup. Heatley has 8 points so far this season. Cunning, a -13. Yikes. Let's actually... Yeah, let's actually switch Heatley and Cunning. Because last year we had Cunning playing on... Or we could put Nilsson up. Yeah, you know what? We're going to put Nilsson up, put Goalie down. Give Goalie and Cunning a chance. Because if Goalie plays with Cunning, maybe Goalie could kind of teach Cunning a bit. Be like a mentor to an extent. And we win 1 game, but then we lose to St. Louis, and then we lose to Boston at shootout. So we're kind of struggling a bit now, but I mean, this team's still staying right around 500, which is okay. Like I said, I would rather be in the rebuilding state, but I mean, as long as these young guys learn how to play good together, then we could be a good team in a couple years, kind of like the Auto Centers in real life. And the last game of the month is a 1-0 win, so we're 18-14-5. Okay. I'm liking that. Who's leading us in points now? Still Terry Dunham, 32 points in 37 games. Maybe we found that good center piece that we need, because Kotkaniemi was good with us, but he kind of struggled near the end, so that's why I kind of dealt him. So yeah, are we in the playoff spot currently or no? No, we're just outside of one. Okay, let's continue simulating 1 more month, and then we'll take a look at player stats so far for the season. We'll take a look at the trading block, and then I think that'll be it for this episode. just because I don't want to go too far. And I want your guys' input for potential trades, because now I think we're getting close to where my winter holidays is done, because I've been pre-recording a bunch of episodes. So it's kind of hard to figure out where I am in terms of dates for when episodes go up. We beat Washington there, so we're still winning some games. Yeah, it must be our goaltending. Ryder's definitely going to get a huge extension when he does get the chance. He does still have one more year left on his minor league deal after this season, I'm pretty sure. Game against Boston is a 7-4 loss. Yeah, we're kind of back and forth a bit, but I mean, it's alright. And Lambos has been injured till January the 31st, so he's out for the remainder of this month, which is only one game at least, so he's not missing a whole lot. And no, I don't really want to trade for Bodie Wild. No, thank you. And Carson Lambos is back. Good. Because Lambos is pretty much like our rock on our defensive core. So there you go, Lambos. And that is the month. So 24, 18, and 6 as we get a trade. So Samuel Girard's been traded to Carolina for a first and C. Gillies. I would almost say Colton Gillies, but he's not even in this game. So yeah, 24, 18, and 6. Not bad. Considering this team's roster doesn't look the greatest, not a bad performance so far. We're 1 point out of a playoff spot with one game in hand too, so I'm liking that. Let's take a look at player stats so far for the season, and also see what's been good for us and what hasn't been. So center-wise, so Dunham's got 41 points. He's only a -4. JFK's got 32 points. He's got 19 goals. He's continuing to score for us. Morgan Frost, 27 points. Paxboo's got 22. Wasn't really expecting that from Davis Paxboo. Suzuki, 18 points only. That's a bit of a concern. He might be one of those guys we look to flip eventually. Lafreniere, 34 points, only a -2. Peltier, 29 points. Conacher's got 18 points in his first season. He's up to an 83, so that's probably where we're getting better, is because of Conacher. He's up to an 83. He's grown by 3 overalls. Strom's got 15 points. Right wing-wise, Caulfield's got 32. Swift's got 21. And Yolona 20. Defensively, Nilsson's got 25. So he was definitely a good offensive piece to add to this team, I think. Lambos, 15 points. Heatley, 11. Gouldy, 8. Zimmerman, 7. Cunning, only 3 points. That's kind of worrisome. He's started off his career pretty good, but he's just kind of struggled since, like, this season at least. And then Salmelainen, no points. And goalie-wise, Ryder's been not that bad. Panon's been killing it as a backup. Okay, so that's interesting. How about our team stats? Let's take a look at what's been good for us. So we are currently just out of a playoff spot in our division. We're scoring 2.81 goals per game, which is one of the worst in our division. So we're not scoring a whole lot of goals, but we are one of the better. We're still around the middle in terms of defensive play. Is our power play really good? No, our power play is pretty much the exact same, and our penalty kill is around the same. So I don't know what the reason is that we're in like almost a playoff predicament. Like, we have not been good at all on home ice, but we've been really good on the road. Okay, so I think that's it. Let's take a look at what do we want to do? Progress reports. Actually, let's go to edit lines quickly because I don't want to forget about this. We should be moving up Conacher in the lineup because he's grown a lot. Even though these lines have been good as well, we need to give this guy ice time. So Conacher, we're going to give him up there, and then Peltier is going to stay down there. I don't know, Yolonen's not going to like his ice time there. Suzuki's not been really that bright of a spot at all, so I'm going to move him down to the 4th line. He might not like that, but he's not been that good either. Who could I put at center, though, is the only problem. Because none of these guys play center. Yeah, I might not actually do that. Can any of these guys play center down here? 69. I think Yolonen actually has some special teams times, so I think he should be fine. Let's just make sure, because I want this to be good for next episode. So yeah, Yolonen's on the first line penalty kill, so I hope he's fine with his ice time. And then defensively, we'll keep the lineup the same for next episode. Okay, and I think that's it. Let's actually quickly take a look at progress reports. See if anybody else is growing good. Like if Rene is growing or not. So modified, so Conacher's growing a lot in the NHL, and Rurel's growing in the AHL, or not in the AHL, in the system. Rene is not growing at all. I'm not liking that. I thought this guy was going to be good, but it does not look like he is going to end up being that guy. I mean, he could still technically be an NHL player, but How's Perot playing over there in the QMJHL? He's been killing it. Nice. How's Haken doing in his first season down there in minors? He's got 19 points, but a minus 28. So anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this episode of our Montreal Canadiens franchise mode. So in next episode, we might make a few trades to help give us this team like a better chance to making the playoffs, or we might send ourselves a bit more farther into a rebuild again, just because we want this team to develop, obviously, and all these young guys to get their playing time over veterans and whatnot. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time.